The air in Tehran crackled with anticipation as dignitaries and workers gathered on the railway platform. All eyes turned east, waiting for a sound that would mark a new chapter in history. Then, a powerful horn echoed, and the ground vibrated. The east wind, the first direct freight train from China, was arriving. The locomotive, draped in Chinese and Iranian flags, glided into the station to thunderous applause. This was more than a train, it was a symbol of a world shifting on its axis. Each container represented faster trade, deeper partnership, and a future less dependent on old powers. Cameras flashed as Chinese and Iranian officials shook hands, sealing more than a trade agreement, it was a declaration. The new Silk Road, made of iron and ambition, was now a reality, reshaping the economic map before our eyes. The event was broadcast live, a monumental achievement for both nations. The containers held Chinese goods, but the symbolism outweighed the cargo. This railway was a steel artery linking two ancient civilizations in the 21st century. It embodied a shared vision for forging economic destiny on their own terms, away from Western pressures. Years of planning and negotiation had led to this moment, sending ripples across the globe. The world had just witnessed the birth of a new trade corridor, one that could alter the flow of goods, capital, and influence. The dragon had arrived, not with fire, but with the steady rhythm of a freight train. With its arrival, the old rules of global trade and power were suddenly in question. Tehran's platform was not just a destination, but the starting line for a profound new journey. The era of unprecedented change and competition had begun. This railway is the crown jewel of China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI. Imagine a vast network of roads, ports, and railways connecting China with the world. President Xi Jinping's vision for a new economic order. The China-Iran rail link is a critical piece, turning BRI from concept to reality. Supporters hail it as a new engine for global development. Critics warn of debt-trap diplomacy. But the train's arrival in Tehran proves China is laying tracks, not just making promises. This corridor gives Beijing a reliable land route to the Middle East and offers Iran an economic lifeline, breaking years of isolation. It's a marriage of China's industrial might and Iran's strategic location, challenging the existing global power structure. The iron spine across Asia is more than a trade route, it's a symbol of a new, east-driven globalization. China is investing in a network of friendly nations linked by economic interdependence. As more trains run, the BRI becomes a powerful tool of statecraft, not just commerce. The vision is being realized, one railway sleeper at a time. The new rail corridor's biggest advantage is speed. Traditionally, shipping from China to Iran took up to 45 days by sea, navigating congested and vulnerable choke points. The train slashes that to under 15 days, less than half the time. For businesses, this means lower costs, faster turnover, and new opportunities for perishable goods. Beyond speed, the railway bypasses the world's most contested waterways, reducing vulnerability to disruption. China and Iran are building resilience into their supply chains, lessening reliance on sea routes dominated by Western navies. This land-based route is about independence and control over economic destiny. The shift from ships to trains rebalances logistical power, diminishing the leverage of maritime powers. As cargo moves overland, these corridors grow in strategic importance. The new Silk Road is not just commerce, it's a statement of autonomy. A more multipolar world is taking shape, one train at a time. Building the China-Iran rail corridor was an epic feat of engineering and diplomacy. Spanning over 9,000 kilometers, it crosses deserts, mountains, and borders. Engineers battled shifting sands and extreme weather, blasting tunnels and building bridges through remote Perkamdadurai, Ruggo, Drakambraden, Turber, Sorobran. The railway passes through Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan, requiring complex international agreements and seamless border operations. Different rail gauges meant innovative solutions for transferring cargo at borders. The project demanded unprecedented cooperation among nations. China showcased its expertise in large-scale infrastructure and multinational coordination. This railway is more than steel and stone. It's a new artery for global commerce. Against immense natural and political odds, Asia's economies are now connected as never before. The economic impact of the rail corridor is profound. For China, it opens new markets and secures energy imports. For Iran, it's a transformative lifeline after years of sanctions. Bilateral trade is set to surge, creating jobs and modernizing infrastructure. Iran's location makes it a major transit hub, earning revenue from goods bound for Europe and beyond. Central Asian nations, once isolated, now find themselves at the heart of a bustling trade corridor. New logistics hubs and industrial parks will stimulate regional economies and attract investment. The rail link is catalyzing a more integrated, self-sufficient Asian economic bloc. As trade grows, the global economic landscape is being reshaped for decades to come. The China-Iran rail corridor is a bold geopolitical move, challenging decades of Western dominance. By building a land-based trade network outside Western control, China and Iran are forging a more multipolar world. The railway cements a strategic alliance, creating a Eurasian axis resistant to sanctions and outside influence. It strengthens the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, making it a credible alternative to Western alliances. The shift in influence from Atlantic maritime powers to Eurasian land powers is clear. Traditional tools like naval power and sanctions are less effective against this resilient network. As the Eurasian bloc gains momentum, the US must rethink its strategy. The global chessboard is being redrawn, and the old rules no longer apply. The China-Iran rail corridor could be the 21st century equivalent of the Suez Canal. Like the canal, it connects dynamic economic regions and offers a land bridge alternative to sea routes. High-value, time-sensitive cargo will increasingly shift to this overland route, reorienting global supply chains. Control over this corridor boosts the strategic influence of China, Iran, and Central Asia. The rail link is more than infrastructure. It's a world-changing project, shaping new alliances and economic centers. The Suez Canal defined maritime trade. This railway may define continental trade and Eurasian integration. Its full impact will unfold over decades, but its potential to reshape global commerce is undeniable. A new era of connectivity and competition is underway. The rail corridor's commercial promise is huge, but so are the risks. Dr. Elena Petrov, trade economist. Speed is a massive edge, but efficiency and security are crucial. Delays or threats could undermine the project. General Mark Hastings, security expert. The line crosses volatile regions. Protecting it requires unprecedented cooperation. A single incident could shake confidence in the entire route. Dr. Li Wei, international relations. This is the physical manifestation of a new, non-Western world order, fostering deeper Eurasian integration. New alliances are forming, creating a counterweight to Western institutions. But some diplomats warn of increased friction and a more fragmented world. A senior European diplomat. This project deepens the divide between the West and a China-Russia-Iran axis. The risk is a world of rival blocs, undermining global cooperation on shared challenges. The stakes are high. Success or failure will shape the future of global trade and diplomacy. The China-Iran rail corridor has triggered global reactions. The US sees it as a challenge to its influence and is promoting rival infrastructure projects. Europe is torn, businesses see opportunity, but governments worry about dependence on Chinese-controlled routes. The EU is advancing its own global gateway as a values-based alternative. India views the rail link as strategic encirclement and is pushing its own connectivity initiatives. Competing corridors are emerging, with powers vying for influence across Eurasia. Maritime hubs like Singapore and Dubai are under pressure to innovate as high-value cargo shifts to land. The result is heightened competition and strategic realignment. The China-Iran railway is forcing nations to reassess their strategies in the new game of global connectivity. The stakes have never been higher.